Hi everyone, good to see you again all. I hope you all will be fine. Please check Iraq latest news updates. The Iraqi Ministry of Oil announced on Sunday that oil export revenues through September exceeded $9 billion. According to raw data issued by the State Organization for Marketing of Oil (SOMO), the total exports of crude oil during September were more than 103.14 million barrels, with revenues estimated at $9.45 billion. SOMO data revealed that the total quantities of crude oil exported during September from oil fields in central and southern Iraq were 102,220,441 barrels. The quantities exported to Jordan were 449,423 barrels, and oil exports from the Al-Qayyarah oilfield in Nineveh governorate in northern Iraq were 473,335 barrels. The average price per barrel was more than $92.05, compared to $84.78 in August. The average daily quantity exported from Iraq in September exceeded 3.43 million barrels per day. Iraq exported more than 106.12 million barrels in August, with total revenues of $8,997,851. Iraq's total exports of crude oil in July were more than 106.75 million barrels, with revenues estimated at $8.3 billion. The country's oil export revenues in June were about $7.11 billion, compared to more than $7.3 billion in May. In April, Iraq's oil export revenues exceeded $7.69 billion, according to an official statement. The total exports of crude oil during March exceeded 100.9 million barrels, with revenues slightly exceeding $7.5 billion. Crude oil exports during February were a little more than 92.25 million barrels with revenues exceeding $7.62 billion, while in January, Iraq exported more than 101.24 million barrels with $7.66 billion in revenues. And on Sunday, the leader in the coordination framework, Turki Al-Atbi, revealed surprises in the theft of the century. Al-Atbi said in an interview with Al-Maloma, the investigative committees in the theft of the century file continue to perform their duties in determining the merits of what happened and what names are directly or indirectly involved in the seizure of huge sums of money. He added, important surprises emerged at the end of last week in the knowledge of new names involved in the theft of the century, expecting the issuance of summons or arrest orders against 10 people for investigation. He pointed out that the government is serious about uncovering the mystery of the theft of the century and bringing all those involved to justice, pointing out that investigations reveal day after day the involvement of others in the case, which contributes to knowing the fate of the looted funds. The theft of the century constitutes the largest corruption operation discovered months ago and involved many figures in al-Kazemi's government. And the Parliamentary Finance Committee within the Iraqi Parliament discussed with the governors the implementation of projects within the federal general budget. The media department of the House of Representatives stated in a statement that the Parliamentary Finance Committee discussed with the governors the implementation of projects within the federal general budget. After a difficult struggle that extended for months, the Iraqi parliament voted on the country's general financial budget for the years 2023, 2024, and 2025 after a series of sessions held by the Council that began on Thursday, June 8, 2023, and extended until the early hours of Monday, June 12, 2023. The recent parliamentary sessions witnessed unprecedented controversy between the political blocs, especially after the Kurdistan Democratic Party refused to proceed with voting on some budget items, before the two parties reached a compromise agreement that guaranteed the continuation of the political agreement that led to the formation of the state administration coalition and the formation of the government of the current Prime Minister, Mohammed Shira al-Sudani. The sessions also witnessed sharp tensions between representatives from various governorates due to disagreements related to the governorate's financial allocations, development funds, and the creation of job grades in the public sector, with Parliament refusing to approve the imposition of a tax on fuel and communications prices. The current budget is the largest in the country's history, amounting to approximately $153 billion per year, and the Kurdistan region will receive a percentage estimated at 12.6%, while recording a large financial deficit estimated at about $48 billion annually, which is the highest and more than double the deficit recorded in the last budget for the year 2021. When it reached $19.7 billion, which observers consider to be an alarm bell that will surprise the current government if oil prices decline. The budget also approved the country's export of 3.5 million barrels of oil per day, including about 400,000 barrels from Kurdistan's fields, amid disagreements between the Kurdistan Democratic Party and political blocs over the mechanism by which the region will export its oil in light of the cessation of its oil exports through the Turkish port of Siyan since last March. Thanks, take care.